I'm Matthew Handley. Join me on Saturday mornings as we take a look at our community and world from a Catholic perspective on Michigan Mornings Saturday. We'll discuss local news, touch on our weather forecast, feature interviews and original content, plus take a look at the best segments of the week from Ave Maria Radio. Michigan Mornings Saturday begins Saturday, July 18 at 8 a.m. on Ave Maria Radio. Good morning, Ron, and good morning, everyone. It is Friday, July 17th. Here's what's happening. President Trump says he's declassifying evidence that shows the American election system is vulnerable to interference and fraud. Scott Carr has more.
In a primetime address from the White House Thursday night, the president said China exploited weaknesses in U.S. voting systems to gain access to 220 million U.S. voter files.
What is believed to be the largest compromise of election data in history.
Trump said the current voting system in the U.S. is like a third world country, and as proof of a broken system, pointed to the time it took to count votes in the recent California primaries.
Was held on June 2nd, a long time ago, but it was just completed a few days ago on July 10th. Think of that, much more than 1 month.
Trump singled out the Biden administration for hiding the information and says he's asked the FBI to investigate what was uncovered. I'm Scott Carr in Washington.
The U.S. has launched a sixth night of strikes against Iran. According to U.S. Central Command, the strikes started around 2 p.m. Eastern yesterday and were meant to further degrade Iranian military capabilities. Comes after the White House said earlier talks are continuing between the U.S. and Iran. The University of Notre Dame's McGrath Institute for Church Life has published a report that highlights the mental health challenges that seminarians face and calls on bishops to focus on the quality of seminarians and not the quantity of them. The report details psychologist opinions that see deficiencies in the way seminaries use mental health resources in formation. Psychologists also flagged, quote, a startling disconnect between formations and clinical professionals over the sexual maturity of new students. The report concludes saying seminaries must turn to psychological services to better prepare men for the priesthood. Canadian wildfire smoke continues to blanket the Northeast and Midwest. At one point yesterday, Detroit had the worst air quality in the world. Storm forecasts for Saturday in the upper Midwest and Northeast could help clear things up. Wildfire smoke can be dangerous for sensitive people like the very young, the elderly, and people with health conditions. And Amnesty International UK is expressing regret after publishing a report that labeled the Catholic Bishops' Conference of England and Wales and other Christian organizations as anti-rights groups. The report identified 117 organizations it claimed were undermining the rights of women and LGBTQ people before being temporarily withdrawn. Amnesty says the report was posted without completing its normal internal review process and that its language did not reflect its official position. The Catholic Bishops' Conference says it works to uphold the rights of all people without exception. Critics of the report welcomed its withdrawal and accused Amnesty of unfairly targeting Christian organizations. I'm Matthew Handley and Ron Finn. That is the news this morning.